This is Jim Nailon, liturgical guitarist, and I'd like to go over my arrangement of Holy God, We Praise Thy Name. I'll play through it first, and then we'll talk about it. As I'm playing through it, if you have your sheet music out, notice that at measure 24, I'm going to go to an A minor chord instead of a C. See? Next page. There's the A minor. Okay, so I have a little note here on the right under the first line that says I've labeled the four phrases A1, A2, B1, and B2. And you could play this whole piece through A1, then repeat A1, and then do B1, and then repeat B1 again. And of course, also it depends on, it's a little confusing. It depends on if you're Episcopalian or Catholic in this, because the Episcopalians do AAB, or Catholics do AABB, which means they repeat the last phrase. It's sung twice. And that's why I put the A minor in there in measure 24, because I'm Catholic and we go back around on the the B phrase. So the only difference between A1 and A2 is I've just added more notes. It's a little trickier, not trickier, but it's just more developed musically. Same thing with B1 versus B2. So you can pick and choose how you want to play that depending on your skill level. So the first part's pretty easy. It's very arpeggio-like. It's important that you identify the melody notes. They're the ones with the stems pointing upward. So there would be... And you put that over the chord structure, and you have C, A minor, and G. That G, of course, it's not your regular G chord. It's a G with the melody line being the note D, which is the third fret of the second string. And then the open first string is played also in the second beat of that measure 3. And then C. Little hammer on there with a little finger. And then you're to measure 5. C chord, and then A minor, then the C chord, G chord, modified G, again it's got the open, you would call this a G6, I think, it's a G6. Then, moving on to the A2 part, which harmonically repeats the A1, but the notes are a little different, so measure 9, C chord, bring a bass run down to the A minor, the little hammer-on trill there, then G over B, then C, then measure 13, bring the bass run down, moving, you're playing parallel scales here. So let's talk about A2 just a little bit. Measure 10, the A minor part with the, so I'm doing, those are the melody lines on the A minor, and then moving up measure 13, let's go to that last line. Bass run, then we're playing in about 12ths here, I think. Then there's tenths. So I'm playing two scales there in those middle two measures of that last line. The top line is, and the bottom is. So I'm playing two parts together. So if that's tricky for you, first make sure you know what the melody line is. Make sure you know what the bass is. And then put them together slowly. And then put that G in there where and that's how to work through that stretch. Okay, then B1 at the top of page 2. You got a G7 here. Now you got to bring the 7th down. We're not playing a G7 like the beginning guitar chord books, like that. You're playing it with the 7th here on the 3rd fret of the 4th string using your 3rd finger. So that's your 7th. So go to a regular G7, but you can leave this, you can pivot around to that on your little finger here. This little finger becomes your pivot finger, and just the trick is to bring, I don't know if you, yeah, in the big view you can see, watch my elbow on my left hand. I'm going to bring that elbow in. Okay, so I pivot, the wrist pivots, everything's on the little finger, and I bring the elbow in to go to that G7. And then measure 19, the C. Then I go up to this modified F chord. I'm going to slide on my little finger here. So my little finger on this little finger is going to, and then I put down this F chord, which has got the first finger on the 3rd fret of the 4th string, 3rd finger on the 5th fret of the 3rd string. I'm playing the open 2nd string. So, but let's see, I don't play that note on this time yet. And then slide down on the little finger. And C, and then here's where you go to A minor. So ignore the fact that that's a C chord. So the notes you really have to change are the bass note, which it's written like this. You can play it that way, but it doesn't have the same harmonic impact that it does by going to the A minor. So the first bass note should be dropped down to an A, and then the second of the 8th notes there, the G, should be an A also. Okay, and then moving on to the B2 part. Here's the G7 again with that, the 7th up here on the 4th string. Open, and it's actually an A minor, it's a moving chord there. And then G7 over B, and C, moving again, and now it's C7. A short C7, it's over C7 over E, so we're not playing the C bass, we're playing the E. Here's the, and then we can slide up on these two fingers and put your first finger down on the 3rd fret of the 4th string to get that F chord. And here we're going to hit that open B. We've kind of prepared the ear for that on this C7. We've got the Now we can pull it off. And then a run down in tenths, and then it changes. So that run again, you want to get your melody note. 5th fret. And the bass part is nice long bass runs. So and then put them together with the inner voice. Open G. And that's all I have for that piece. Look for more videos on liturgicalguitarist.com. I pray God blesses your playing, and I wish you peace.